I brought something for you, actually.
Oh, okay, what?
And she definitely said in the listing it was the exact sweater, which made it valuable. So she lied.
I am posting the links to the Tom Tom hoodies here.
This hoodie was infamous and it started a lot of drama.
You could be a fangirl too.
Ooh. Oh, you brought me Tom Tom swag?
Yeah.
Then the inconsistency appeared when she made the listing and tried to sell the exact BravoCon hoodie from day 3 again.
And all of the money will be donated to NAMI.
Now you can be day 3.
Wow, I love it.
BravoCon
Thank you.
Raquel.
That's the exact sweatshirt that I wore to day 3 of BravoCon. That's the exact sweatshirt that I wore to day 3 of BravoCon that caused a lot of controversy.
Excellent.
So, which one is it? Hey, what's up guys? I've been gone for a while, but today we're going to talk Vanderpump Rules, and more specifically, Scandoval. We all know what happened in season 10, but we're going to talk about post-scandal and what Raquel LEVISS has been up to. I've been working on a lot of videos in regards to Tom Sandoval, Raquel LEVISS, the timeline, and the Bethany Frankel video she did. But today I wanted to take a look at Raquel LEVISS's social media since everything went down. What has she been up to? She went ghost for a while, and then she came back strong, and I wanted to get into it. I found some inconsistencies and some things pretty interesting about what she posted, so let's get into it. As you can see, February 14th or Valentine's Day was her last consistent post, and then she started posting again in August after her Bethany Frankel podcast. Valentine's Day, she is fully in the affair and she's looking pretty happy here. Let's talk about what she posted after she disappeared. So we have her Valentine's Day post, which, by the way, she did hang out with Ariana and Scandoval that night. They got drinks together after Ariana and Scandoval had a nice romantic dinner, so that's interesting. Anyways, so her first post was on March 8th, just a couple hours after Scandoval posted his apology, and it's awfully similar to his as well. They were both Instagram posts. This was Raquel's first public apology. However, Scandoval had already posted one previously, which we got to see him do when Schwartz told him to do it during the show, and he never mentioned Ariana at all. So of course this one is all about Ariana because he got hate for that. I want to read them and then I want to give my thoughts. So let's just go through these. I guess you can read them yourself, so I'm just going to go ahead and give thoughts while I read. Tom Sandoval's apology reads, I want to first and foremost apologize to everyone that I've hurt through this process. It's funny how he calls an affair a process. Anyway, most of all, I want to apologize to Ariana after his first apology, which he didn't even bring her up. Anyways, most of all, I want to apologize to Ariana. I made mistakes, I was selfish, and made reckless decisions that hurt somebody I love. Love, not loved. Interesting. No one deserves to feel that pain so traumatically and publicly. I can only imagine how devastating this has been for Ariana and everyone around us. I feel truly horrible about that. My biggest regret is that I dishonored Ariana. I never meant to disappoint so many people, including our loving families and friends. My love for Ariana was stronger than any camera could ever have captured. Some of our best times together were never filmed. The same goes for some of our biggest struggles. Oh, now we're going to talk about how your relationship was bad? Okay. I wish things happened in a different order. It's interesting that you don't say you wish you didn't cheat, but that things happened in a different order, as in, I wish I had started dating Raquel after I broke up with Ariana. You should wish that you never hooked up with Ariana's friend. Anyhow, I wish that things happened in a different order and that our relationship was not severely tarnished, and that it ended with the same respect for her that it began with. I owed Ariana better. I am beyond sad that it ended the way it did. Like, he never says the word affair in this whole thing. Process, the way it did, the choices I made. You see, the choices I made, not the affair. The choices I made hurt so many people. I acted in a way that clashes with who and how I want to be. I will continue to reflect and work on myself. Remember that word, reflect. I have work to do. I always have, and I always will. Raquel's apology reads, I want to apologize for my actions, same words, and my choices, same words, to Ariana, my friends, and the fans so invested in our relationships. There's no excuse. She's about to give a ton of excuses, by the way, throughout this, in the reunion and further on, but her first statement reads, there is no excuse. I am not a victim and must own my actions. You hear that? I'm not a victim. Interesting. Because she seems to act like a victim the whole time after this statement. But anyways, I am not a victim and must own my actions. I deeply regret hurting Ariana. Same words. Since this came to light, I am reflecting on my choices. Notice that word reflecting? Remember I told you to remember that? I'm reflecting on my actions, speaking to a counselor, which she was already doing. We'll get into that later when I make the video about her. And I am learning things about myself, such as my patterns of codependency and addiction to being and feeling loved. Okay, she was already discussing her issues with codependency. She talks about it in a podcast with Sheena years ago when she was with James, and she says that she was with him due to codependency, and she was already seeing a counselor for that. So, interesting.
There was another one from Joel Hauer who said you still want to be an occupational therapist. So I felt like those kind of go hand in hand.
Yes. So the next thing for me in my life, and this has been something that I've been wanting to do for a while, is getting my master's in occupational therapy. Mm-hmm. And I know that that is like the best profession for me because I realize now, looking back at my relationship with James, that I had codependency characteristics where I was in the relationship for trying to help James become a better person and trying to fix him and trying to make him into my ideal, you know, even without me even realizing it, because I always said I don't want to change anyone. I don't want to change who people are, but then, you know, he was
But if you can make them the best version of themselves, that's different.
Right. So I found myself doing that, and then I found myself making excuses for his behavior. You know, we got to do a reality check. Like, I'm not responsible for anyone else's behavior, nor do I want to be. So anyway, I digress. The reason that I mentioned that is because when you work with kids with special needs, I feel like that can be something that's really rewarding, especially for someone that does have this self-worth and self-value in impacting other people's lives in a positive way.
Yeah.
If I'm like, you know, paid to work with kids and like help them at a very young, early childhood development phase, that's going to impact their lives for the rest of their lives. And I think like I'm on the right track.
She claims she's learning new things about herself, but this is already what she was learning before. Anyway, I have sought emotional validation through intimate connections that are not healthy without regard for my own well-being, sometimes negatively affecting others, and often prioritizing the intimate connection over my friendships. This is very vague again. She doesn't say the word affair. I don't know if they rehearsed that, but it's interesting that she claims she's not a victim, but she says these relationships sometimes affect her friends, but affect her own well-being, and her own well-being is written first. It's like, sometimes I affect my friends, but no regard for my own well-being. I'm definitely the one that's most hurt. Like, really? We have this a little bit confused. You for sure negatively affected your friends, and I don't even know if it affected you because she seems to not really care about what happened, to be honest. Just saying. You definitely affected your friendships. There's no sometimes negatively affecting others. Very vague, and often prioritizing the intimate connection over friendships. This is what you did. So why are you saying I often do that? It's what you did. Come on. I am taking steps to understand my behavior and make healthier choices. Okay, you just had to ruin somebody's life in the process. Interesting. Are we supposed to applaud that you're bettering your behavior? Good for you, but this is the time to take accountability for what you did. It's your statement apologizing. Just saying. Although I chose to be on a reality show, accepting the good and bad that comes with it. Here go her excuses and her victimization. She accepts the good and bad that comes with it, but it's all been good so far. This is the only bad time, and look how she's taking it. When she did something horrible, by the way. Accepting the good and bad that comes with it. Beyond my own actions, I have been physically assaulted, lost friendships, received death threats, and hate emails, in addition to having had my privacy violated. This sounds a lot like you're a victim. And she says, I have been physically assaulted. I think if you were physically assaulted, it was because of your actions. She says, beyond my own actions. And now she starts talking about all the bad things happening to her in her apology statement. Interesting. She says, I have lost friendships. You lost friendships because you cheated with one of your friends' dudes? So yeah, you're gonna lose friendships. Like, are we supposed to feel bad that you've lost friendships because of this? I don't understand why she's bringing this up. I have begun counseling to end my unhealthy behavior cycle. At least she calls it a cycle. Learn to set stronger emotional boundaries. She was already saying she wanted to set strong emotional boundaries in the first episode of season 10. She already had a counselor to learn these things, so I don't really see what she's doing. This just sounds like a bunch of BS, but anyway.
It helps her if her and Alex want to go out of town. She doesn't have to board the dogs. Carter can take them. But yeah, it is still super fresh. So That's tough.
Yeah, and it's crazy too because now I have this room in my life where I'm able to create these new boundaries for myself. So like, what am I going to allow this person to access in my life? And what are my new boundaries? What am I going to shut off because those things are sacred to me and important to me? So just kind of learning this new way of life and not only like learning, but enforcing it too.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see the next chapter of your life, and I'm happy to be a part of it because we love having you around. You're literally such a ray of sunshine.
This sounds like something that people told her to write. Set stronger emotional boundaries and to learn to protect my mental health. She was already saying she was learning that before. I'll insert a clip.
You're in. Is it helping you? Is it
Adding value?
Is it adding value in your life? And if the answer is no, then see a therapist. And, do your best to get out of the situation if that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not perfect either. I want to be better and I want to do better. That's something I aspire to be. So I started seeing a therapist. So
good.
I'm planning on doing the work too.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that for you. It's self-help, and I think that is so healthy, and I'm so proud of you for doing that and doing the work, and I think more people should.
I know Ariana's a big
Absolutely,
advocate.
Yeah.
I would like someone in my life who is aware that their actions impact other people's lives. And I feel like I've had the realization that, like, I don't know the meaning of life, but I do know that our interactions with other people affect other people.
Totally.
Directly affect other people. You have the power to change someone's life. You have the power to change someone's thought about themselves. So why not make it a positive thing? Like, I always want to impact other people in a positive way.
Yeah.
So just knowing that you have that power. Oh God, I don't want to read the next one. Okay, I'll read it really quick. Someone who hasn't given up on humanity. And then I want a selfless type of love.
Yeah. One piece of advice that you just want to give to any other man or woman struggling with, self-confidence, insecurities, being in a situation that they don't feel right, what's one thing that you want to just say to them?
I would say therapy is a really good idea. I just started therapy, so, I can't testify, but I've heard really great things about it.
It helps to talk it out.
It helps also to reflect on yourself and to realize why you feel a certain way. Why do you feel insecure about this thing in your life? And it usually stems from your childhood or some experience that you've had in the past that has shaped you into who you are now, and also your thought process. If you change the way you think about things, it's going to help you in the best way.
Yeah. I love that.
I think you should just do it. I mean, God, how many therapists have I had? I switch all the time.
Yeah, but that's what, I know Raquel, we were talking about, with your therapist, and then when she, didn't show up a couple times, and it's
she ghosted me on the day of the engagement party episode.
Yeah, and so
not cool.
Are you still working with the same therapist, or
no?
Okay, so then you have to start over. So that's what I am trying to avoid doing.
You have to start over, and it's back to square one. And I update her every single week on what's happening in my life, so I feel like she has a really good understanding of my life as it is today, which helps. But it takes such a process to get to that point.
Yeah.
It's a process to find the right therapist for you too.
That's true.
And that's the only reason I've been through quite a few.
I age out when I'm 27, so I have 2 more years.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I always get that pageant bug. It always bites me because I don't know. I have such a growth associated with my pageantry because it pushes me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I love doing it. But I feel like I'm at the point now where I really do know who I am and what I stand for as a person. And it took me a long time to develop that for myself. So I feel like I would go into it stronger than ever. So maybe I will compete again.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, if you do, I want to be there.
Okay.
I don't expect sympathy, even though she just wrote about the emails she's been receiving and being physically assaulted. I wonder why you wrote that, if not for sympathy. Anyways, I don't expect sympathy, understanding, or forgiveness. All right, she's really laying it on thick now. You don't expect any of those things? Not even understanding? It's funny that she says she doesn't expect sympathy, understanding, or forgiveness, yet she says she was physically assaulted. Okay, you don't want people to understand or sympathize with it, then why did you mention it? Right now, I must focus on my own health and well-being, and as I strive to be a better person moving forward, I will prioritize my mental health and learn from my mistakes. That's all fine and dandy. Not much to say about this, but sounds a lot like Sandoval's apology. Almost like they rehearsed what they were going to say together. She's very much talking about herself and saying she's not going to victimize herself while victimizing herself. On March 22nd, Raquel was spotted returning to Los Angeles. She was at LAX and she was not in a very talkative mood. Paparazzi could barely get a nod out of her.
Raquel, have you spoken to your castmates?
Raquel's back in Los Angeles, ready to face the music and those castmates. The Scandoval was revealed.
Do you see reconciliation in the future? Yeah?
Raquel confirmed that she is indeed going to be at Vanderpump Rules reunion in person. This all comes on the heels of the bombshell season 10 mid-season finale sneak peek at this confrontation.
Do you want anything?
For you to die.
Raquel will be at the center of it all.
However, that same day, she was spotted outside of a strip mall parking lot outside of the nail salon Blush, which is Ariana's nail salon, and she was in a very talkative mood. So she tries to say that it wasn't planned, but if she didn't want to talk, she could have easily avoided it like she did earlier that day. I guess she was ready to talk, and here's what she had to say for the first time.
A few moments later.
Hey Raquel, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you holding up ever since everything broke up?
I am holding up okay. I am holding up okay.
Okay.
It's been a little rough, but I'm hanging in there.
Okay. Okay, I see your face kind of cleared out.
Yeah.
That's good, that's good. Sheena claims she never hit you. Is that true, or is she, like, who's lying, who's saying the truth?
Like,
Sheena knows what happened that night. I'm not going to go into it too much.
Okay.
I do have a permanent scar.
Okay.
On my eyebrow.
Oh wow, yeah, I see it.
So.
Okay, how do you feel about the show tomorrow? Just meeting everyone.
I know I have to take accountability for my actions.
Yeah.
I'm completely prepared to do that.
Okay.
And
Okay, have you apologized to Aria?
Have you guys talked, or how's that?
We talked on the phone.
She's referring to that frantic conversation when Ariana found out. They haven't spoken.
And I apologized to her over text, but she didn't receive it very well. So.
Okay, what did she say?
I prefer not to say.
Okay, it was fine. It was fine.
Just know it wasn't well, yeah.
Okay, how did it start?
You and Tom, was it just something that just happened out the ordinary, or just, you know?
It started off as a friendship. It turned into something more. But I'm sure we'll go into detail.
Yeah.
All of that at the reunion.
What was the kiss? You and Tom Schwartz? When you guys kissed, people think it was a cover-up for you and Tom's affair. Is that true, or was that just for?
No, that's not true. I genuinely had an interest in Tom Schwartz.
Yeah.
And there's a genuine curiosity there. Genuinely. So
okay.
It wasn't a cover-up.
So are we gonna see more you and Tom Sandoval? Or what's your relationship with them? When's the last time you talked to him?
I don't know where our relationship is going to be.
Okay.
We're just kind of trying to get through these next few steps.
Yeah.
Trying to, make amends, hear everybody out. I know a lot of people are angry. So, I think just getting through these next few steps and seeing where it goes.
Yeah.
We're not putting a label on anything. And just kind of taking a break for now. I think just getting through these next few steps.
Have you talked to any other cast members?
No, I haven't.
Have they reached out?
No.
I feel like people attack you too much. I mean, things happen. We all make mistakes sometimes. People kind of need to not attack someone too much, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know, yeah, and I feel like you're taking accountability.
I've been kind of off social media altogether. I've been advised to do that. So
that was smart. That was smart. That was smart.
But it has been a lot. But I guess, you know, there's consequences to my actions. There's consequences to my actions. I guess I don't really think the kids through too much. So here we are.
Okay. She's been kind of aggressive towards you. What do you think about Lala? Yeah.
She always has been aggressive towards me.
Yeah, why is she so kind of mean towards you?
You would have to ask her that question, but I think I've always kind of rubbed her the wrong way.
Did Tom Schwartz know about the whole affair? When did it start, you know?
We'll go into that at the reunion tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there was a rumor on Twitter you guys had a threesome. Is that true, or I know it's a little far-fetched?
No, that's
that's not. Okay, so that's not. Okay. All right, Raquel, well, I wish you all the best. I hope you have a great day.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
The following day, Thursday, March 23rd, the reunion was filmed, and Raquel was supposed to explain to us her side of things and why she betrayed a friend, and let's see a little recap of how she came across to the audience, and why she's kind of in the position that she's in right now.
Yeah. Like, he's just, like, out of control. Lala, who literally does not give a flying fuck, calling me a narcissist. Sheena's fully groveling to Katie, and they're making you out to be, and me to be, basically pathological liars.
I see that, even though we know that we're not.
We're not.
I know I have to take accountability for my actions. Completely prepared to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we haven't lied about anything besides this affair.
Yeah.
I don't love the way it's coming across about your guys' intimacy. She didn't, from what I know, what Thomas told me, like, clearly I only know what you're telling me. He was very transparent with me and what was happening in their relationship. Looks like you guys had, like, this solid relationship.
They were in a very good place.
That was when Ariana Ariana always, like, kind of talked down to me a little bit. Like, hey, what do you think about this? She's like, no. This one.
I don't like green.
To her saying, like, literally, well, Tom, you're so good at fashion.
You're so good at fashion.
Like, you should just wear what you want. Like, and I'm like, what?
What?
She felt like you wanted to keep the relationship working because you never broke up with her.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe we should have done this earlier.
You think?
I know.
Yeah.
Ariana's gonna unleash on you.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It is rough.
I'm holding up okay. A little rough.
I'm glad you came, though.
Yeah. It just sucks because, like, my entire character is in question now. And I have gone through a transitional phase of my life this summer. I think the pendulum swung a little bit too far the other way. This is my wake-up call.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
I know you do.
All right. I'll see you later.
Right.
Raquel will be at the center of it all.
Hi, Raquel.
Hi, Andy.
That brings us back to the biggest story of the year. Where have you been staying since the affair got out?
I stayed with my sister a few days. I drove out to Tucson, stayed with my family the remainder of the time, and I flew back yesterday.
Scandoval in the last 3 weeks. Have you and Raquel been hanging out at all?
Yeah, we've hung out.
Raquel, were you considering skipping the reunion?
I was.
Why?
She didn't want to take accountability.
I know it's important for me to be here.
I know I have to take accountability for my actions.
Yeah.
I have to take accountability for my actions, so I'm here to do that.
I'm completely prepared to do that.
Okay.
Well, a little nervous. I'm so ashamed and embarrassed. I'm even capable of keeping the secret from somebody who has been in my corner since the beginning. Tom and I have been friends for a while. He's always been somebody that has been in my corner and rooted for me. He's always been somebody that has been in my corner from somebody who has been in my corner since the beginning. Ariana, I'm so sorry for betraying you. I was hoping that Tom would break up with her, you know, in that so we could start dating. I can't even fathom the pain that I've caused you.
It's incredible how many signs of the two of you she ignored.
I have been completely selfish.
From you and Tom being out at the Abbey, Tom not coming back from the barbecue.
And you're right, selfish is not the right word. It doesn't even begin to describe the state of mind I have been in.
She rode for you every time because you were her friend.
It was a mistake. At this point, we were going to tell her. We just wanted to get our story straight.
Get our story straight.
The way it was handled was a complete mistake.
And I feel like you're taking accountability.
It's been a lot to get through these next few steps.
Yeah.
The way that we have betrayed the people closest to us was detrimental to all of our friendships.
Wait, it's interesting. Tom said to me he felt like maybe she didn't want to know. Maybe she knows, but she's in denial about this somehow. Was that something that the two of you were telling yourselves?
It seemed that way.
It seemed that way.
And I'm seeing like all of the consequences for my actions that I never even considered. I was living in the moment. She never pressed about it. She never confronted me about it.
Okay, well, if I bring something up and they tell me an answer.
She didn't, from what I know, what Thomas told me, she didn't like question him too much about it, just believed like at face value what he would tell her.
Believed like at face value what he would tell her.
I'm gonna believe that answer because that's my person.
Which
that kind of sounds like you're blaming her.
I mean, at the time, I think that was my mindset. Now I know that she really did want to know, and it was very deceitful. I'm very ashamed of it. I'm so ashamed and embarrassed. I'm very ashamed of it.
She called you and confronted you. She found something on Tom's phone. What was that conversation like?
A lot of pain from her. She begged me to tell her when it all happened. And basically, if she knew how long this has been going on, he felt like it would hurt her.
By getting your story straight, you were going to truncate how long it had been going on or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Instead, she wanted specifics on the phone.
Correct.
So you told her the truth.
I told her the truth. She said, "Thank you for telling me," because Tom would have never told me the truth.
See, it could be commendable that she told the truth during this frantic phone call with Ariana, but she said in the Bethany interview that she only told the truth because she thought that Ariana would blackmail her with the video she sent Scandoval. So it wasn't even coming from a good, honest place.
$1 million question. When did Scandoval tell you he and Raquel hooked up?
Starting in July, he had been coming to me, confiding in me, telling me he's not happy, he feels belittled, all this shit. He doesn't feel heard or fulfilled. Anyways, around that time, I remember after the guys' night out.
What was the first kiss or the first spark of emotion that you felt? Explain to me how the relationship started.
Well, things started getting more romantic after this girls' trip.
We went to the Mondrian. The next day, you confided in me that you confided in Raquel.
But I never confided in Ariana about personal things.
You pretty much told her everything that you've been telling me. You guys had like an intimate moment.
When Charlotte's body wasn't even cold, by the way.
What's going on? I have to go home. She's not gonna come back this time.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, I didn't know that in the moment.
There's a key factor to notice here. Sure, we can say Schwartz did not know what happened to Ariana's dog, but Raquel did. She was on that trip, and she saw how devastated Ariana was. Knowing that information, she started her relationship with Scandoval.
More romantic after this girls' trip.
So Tom has told me that, yes, he felt like she was a safe place, and he confided in her.
Where I felt more compelled to confide in Tom about those things.
Inappropriate.
Little weird.
Confided in her, you mean you put
You guys, I'm telling you
in.
everything. Do what you want with it. Do what you want with it.
Get to it.
I know it's Tom.
When did you find out that they're fucking, dude?
Okay.
I know, but like, it's like, this is like.
So it was like, whatever. Confiding in me.
Confided in me that you confided in Raquel.
Confide in Tom about those things.
Inappropriate.
I met up with Tom, come like late August, and he broke it down for me. He told me that
August?
Yeah.
When did you tell Schwartz?
I would say January.
You told me late August, after the wedding.
What?
That's when you told me.
Put your timelines together to match?
Did Tom prep you for the reunion?
We have obviously been talking about the reunion.
Coach him.
That's what you told me.
And preparing what to expect.
I know you got to coach the fucking rat all day yesterday.
And kind of how to approach things.
But you didn't get to coach this one.
That's what you told me.
That's what you told me. That's what.
And like, yeah, we have definitely been talking about the reunion, pretty much the entire time that we've been talking, yeah.
In Mexico, when you kissed Raquel, you did not know.
I did not know.
Okay.
As
That's
a friend,
disgusting.
my whole, because I've been a people pleaser my whole life, I dropped that mentality and I started only pleasing myself. This was something that I was curious to see.
Short.
Yeah.
And there's a genuine curiosity there.
This was something that I was curious to
So my
see.
dog just died. I cried in your arms. You thought I should go fuck her boyfriend. You are lower than the fucking lowest of low people. You're a fucking psychopath. You really are. The fact that you are capable of this shit, unfucking believable. You are terrifying to me as a person. You're a dementor. I know you like Harry Potter. You're a fucking dementor. I hope you're a soul-sucking individual.
You're completely right.
And I will, after today, never see or speak to you again, and I will be better for it.
Why couldn't you stop? Why did you have to keep going?
It was almost impossible to turn away from. And
You were in love.
yeah.
You're ugly.
I know.
You're
I have
rotten
been.
on the
I know.
inside. Like a fucking moldy piece of fruit. Rotten.
You are still in love. Tom, you are in love.
Sorry, I'm gonna laugh. This is hilarious and delusional.
Are you in love or are you not? It's a very simple question.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Grody. Honestly, that's the most pathetic thing I've ever heard.
There's no logic to this.
Exactly.
Such a joke. It's such a joke.
Feelings took over.
No.
You guys are pathetic.
Wait, James and Lala can't talk because they fucked, and they kept it a secret until
I wasn't your best friend.
I was 20.
And then I met you and fucking hated you.
She's been kind of aggressive towards you. What do you think about Lala? Yeah.
She always has been aggressive towards
Yeah, why is she so kind of mean towards you?
you.
Aggressive?
Have to ask her that question, but I think
Okay.
I've always kind of rubbed her the wrong way.
It's not the same thing. This was your best friend.
And there's
You're
that.
sick.
Yeah.
Trying to make amends, hear everybody out. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people are angry.
Wait, James and Lala can't talk.
Why'd you do it?
Tom and I had this connection. I did it because I felt seen and heard by him.
Not by me? Didn't feel seen or heard by me?
No, actually, well, if I'm going to be completely honest.
I've been there for you since James was being mean to you when you guys were together.
I know, that's
And I was
true.
the only person who fucking saw or heard you then.
Hey, I'm so tired. How are you? Good. How are you? Yeah, I'm good. I saw that you and James were talking. Yeah. I like barely saw you at the party. Yeah. I heard about text messages that James sent you. Do you care if I see the text messages? If I didn't get drunk and kept him updated throughout the night, he wouldn't have drank. Yeah, but it's not your fault. That's on him. Definitely not proud of any of them. It goes on for a while. I'm breaking up with you. Would never marry you. I hate you. It's only a matter of time before words like that become part of what you think and believe. I've had that before. In relationships? I got texts like this a lot. I was in a verbally abusive and very controlling relationship. I should have ended it as soon as that happened. I did not do what I should have done. If he's not helping himself, I just don't want to see you sacrifice your own self-worth to try to help him. It's scary to me. No girl goes into a relationship thinking they're going to be verbally abused. I don't ever want to go through this again. Basically, this is the last straw, you know.
Seen and heard by him.
I literally did not know that you got nose surgery. I look in the mirror and I think, like, can I get away with it or not? This is bad, Raquel. Now it's gonna cost me $30,000 to get it.
No. Do you know how stressful this is for me, dude?
Seen and heard by him.
What?
It's stressful for you.
Yes, she doesn't have to stare at her nose, I do.
She does. It's her face.
Who's staring at her nose every day, B?
Her. And it's my face that I have to look at every single day.
And who was the one that warned you pre?
Oh, okay, that's not gonna help. That's just gonna make her feel worse. What in the actual stressful because he has to look at it? James should probably just not ever say that ever again. Ocean, you're gonna meet James Kennedy today. Yeah, I gotta pick up all your hairs. Hi. Come on in.
Hello.
Lily, you know Jameson.
Hello.
Hey, babe.
She was really wasted. She had a glass of rosé this big in her hand 24/7. She was drinking like 4 absinthe shots.
It looks so good in here. It wasn't that bad, though. Yeah. I kind of like thought that was yours. The pink one? The pink one. It's cute. Oh, the cute one? That's probably Raquel's. I'm so hungover. It's the worst. Yeah. It was so fun, though. I had diarrhea this morning. You did?
Oh my god.
And the absinthe shot.
But I can't play drinking games with people. You know what I mean? And then it gets to Raquel and she's like, Parmesan. And then I'm like, Charlie, will you stop, please? It was just frustrating.
Did you show that you were a little irked?
Oh, I did. I called the girls dumb.
You were like talking about your nose. James was like, his fuse is very short last night. He was saying like, oh, well, this is stressful for me. I just thought he was being a bit of a brat. And I was like,
Seen and heard by him.
Raquel got a nose job. It didn't go to plan. If it doesn't go right again, I don't know if I want her to get the surgeries because what do you think that's going to do for our relationship?
sometimes he thinks about himself before other people. Do you feel like you can bring that up to him, or is it like he gets annoyed? Yeah, he gets annoyed by it, yeah. When we have kids, he can't act the way he does now. All I really want is for James to recognize his mistakes. He needs to learn to be patient.
Raquel discredits her friendship with Ariana, saying that they never had personal conversations or hung out one-on-one, but this can easily be proven as a lie.
Maybe he'll get annoyed and then it'll go away and he'll have that real conversation with you. Yeah, probably what will happen, yeah.
I don't want a fiance with a botch nose. But I'm not a f***ing arsehole. These are the facts, mate.
You can't weigh in. It's her face. She has to feel beautiful.
Does that necklace have the meaning that we all think?
Yeah, it was significant to who he became in my life. I know that's not what anyone wants to hear.
I don't understand this. It was so provocative. You knew it was on camera. It's just like having the conversation with Ariana. You were acting out some kind of weird charade. You were asking them about, you were in your mind, you were in some pageant. You were acting a part, competing with these women.
She ain't gonna win this pageant either, Lisa.
Sociopath. I know. I was cringing so hard.
But what about at the time?
You should be cringing.
How did you feel? You looked her in the eye.
Lisa is trying so hard to get real emotion out of Raquel, and it doesn't go so well.
This person that has loved you and defended you.
I feel like a piece of shit.
You felt nothing.
You felt nothing.
At that moment that's on camera. When you were talking to her. To me, that's the most mind-boggling, gobsmacking, astounding piece of film I have ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Sandoval, did you ever hook up with Raquel in your home?
No.
We're supposed to believe you?
No. It seems, looking back, diabolical.
I feel like in a relationship you should want to like have sex. Do you feel like you're sexually attracted to him?
Oh my God, I think he's so fucking hot.
Never seen anything like that before.
I've never seen anything like it. What was it like for you watching those scenes?
Watching those scenes.
It was so hard for me to watch.
It seemed that you were fully sleeping with him. At that point,
we slept together once. He was very transparent with me and what was happening in their relationship.
did you encourage him to break up?
I encouraged him to reflect, see if he was really happy, because as a friend, first and foremost, I wanted him in a situation that made him truly happy. I genuinely...
There's a genuine curiosity there, genuine curiosity, genuinely.
It was coming from a place of, do you want to be in this relationship?
The answer was yes, and you had already fucked him at that point, so shut the fuck up. Fuck you. Fuck yourself with a fucking cheese grater. You fucking suck. You're disgusting. I wish nothing but the worst shit that could ever happen to a person on you.
The thing is, we don't live our lives by logic.
I can't. Such a joke.
There was no logic to this.
Exactly.
Notice how Sandoval gets emotional, and then look at Raquel's blank stare as Ariana cries.
I can't think of two worse people. I cannot think of two worse people.
Disgusting.
I know I don't have to be a person in a relationship who's never made a mistake to know that on absolutely no level would I have ever deserved this shit.
You don't.
No, you don't.
Whether he's faking it or not, he's definitely showing some remorse here. On the contrary, Raquel later would complain that Ariana got handed a Kleenex during this time and she didn't. But why would she need a Kleenex when she didn't cry at all? There's a whole reunion.
Don't fucking say you don't. You're still fucking doing it, you fucking disgusting fucks. This is gross. You're gross. When is it gonna click?
What is the latest on the restraining order?
We have a court date on the 29th.
You can't speak to me about it now.
No.
She claims you punched her that night after Watch What Happens Live.
I will speak to you about this after the 29th.
Did you punch her?
I can't say anything.
That is heartbreaking in itself.
Next, she had a very calm and level demeanor for someone going through what had to have been an incredibly difficult day.
But then to throw all of this on top of it, when I did nothing but take care of her.
When Sheena is crying her eyes out.
I gave her a home to live in when she didn't have anywhere to go.
And she says in the trailer, maybe I should have written her a note.
I was the sister to her that she didn't have growing up.
Yeah. I found that very confusing.
I did everything for her.
And it made me think that maybe there was something she was missing about what these relationships really were.
And for her to do this to me,
it made me think
it has taken such a toll on me.
Maybe she didn't think they were as real as the other people thought.
I've not been able to be completely present for my daughters and all this legal shit that I'm dealing with.
I didn't understand.
During the reunion, Raquel had Andy hand Sheena a paper saying she was canceling the restraining order, which meant nothing. Sheena still had to appear in court, and it didn't make sense considering the day before she was saying Sheena attacked her. So basically, that whole paper thing was just theatrics for the reunion, and she wasted everybody's time with the trailer thing. I believe she just did not want to confront Sheena during the reunion. So she made a fake restraining order.
Sheena knows what happened that night, but it has been a lot. I know I have to take accountability for my actions.
Yeah.
I'm completely prepared to do that.
Okay. What is the latest on the restraining order?
We have a court date on the 29th.
You can't speak to me about it now.
No.
6 days later, on March 29th, Raquel was supposed to show up to court with Sheena, as was mentioned in the reunion, and she was seen leaving Tom Sandoval's house that morning. It was while Ariana was out of town, and she didn't show up to court that day. We later learned that right after visiting Tom Sandoval that day, Raquel went to film her last interview in which she made the choice to reveal all of those reunion secrets. It was quite calculated, as she knew that Tom Sandoval wouldn't see that she did this until the reunion aired on TV for all of us to see. Although Raquel continues to say that Sheena attacked her, apparently she had more important things to do than show up to court. So perhaps she knew what she was planning on doing that day, and it was her final goodbye to Sandoval. Or maybe things didn't go so smoothly when they hung out, and that's why she made this choice. Either way, she decided to betray Sandoval.
I think it's important to me to tell the truth.
I'm glad she's finally telling the truth, but that kind of just means that the reunion was a waste of time because she was just lying the whole time.
I think that I've been lying and being so deceitful this entire time.
I don't want to lie anymore.
And it's all out there anyway. The worst is out, yet I'm still having to lie about specific timeline things.
I mean, you did maintain some untruths. Some lies at the reunion.
He feels like it would be less hurtful, you know, to say this wasn't going on for so long.
At what point was it like a regular thing? While we were still filming?
The second time was it was actually during Mexico.
This confirms how much they were lying because they were hooking up multiple times, not just once. And she tries to tell this anecdote about Mexico, saying he was super drunk and that's when they hooked up the first time, but it kind of makes it sound like she took advantage of him. Maybe not the best story to tell.
I was in Mexico.
That first night in Cancun, he was drunk and like trying to find his room. And I heard him talking in the hallway, asking which direction the elevator was. And I was like,
"Wait, just come inside."
Yeah, that was the second time we were physical.
Did you guys have sex multiple times in Mexico?
Yeah.
It was like a regular ongoing thing as of Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't remember like how often. It definitely like picked up speed after we wrapped filming.
On her Bethany interview, she would go on to say she thought Scandoval could be scripted, but how is that possible if they were literally hooking up while they weren't filming?
I've met his mom. She was aware of like the situation.
So you've never been to St. Louis?
I can't recall, no. I know, I have a really bad poker face.
She tries to say she has a bad poker face, but you were able to lie all season, so it's not that bad.
It freaking happened. I definitely felt really guilty. A huge part of me wanted to tell her. It ate me alive not to tell her.
And this is the weirdest part of the interview.
I mean, I even I was like, maybe what would Ariana think about having me as an addition? He was like, oh, she would not be into that. No.
Trouble.
Yeah. Because like, I love Ariana as a person.
I don't know why she mentions this idea because she would go on to never mention it again. Maybe she thinks it sounds appealing or cool at this point because she literally on the Bethany interview says that she never thought Ariana was her friend and never liked her. It's impossible to know what's a lie and what's the truth at this point. She has a great poker face. I do believe that this is true, that she mentioned this idea to Tom Sandoval, but I think she said it because she thought it sounded hot, and I don't really know why she's telling it to us now because she truly doesn't mean it.
And then also, I'm in love with Tom Sandoval. Yeah, it didn't seem like that far-fetched of an idea. It was not something in question. God, he's gonna kill me. I just hate lying so much.
What happened the night?
You guys went to the jacuzzi.
You guys hooked up that night?
No.
Are you lying?
No. He's asked me to not disclose all this information.
She keeps bringing up that Tom has told her not to bring these things up, but she definitely agreed. She stayed to the script the whole reunion, and she's lied multiple times. So I don't know why she continues to remind us that Sandoval wants her to lie. She's been in cahoots with Sandoval this whole time.
Especially now, being so isolated, I feel like Tom is my one person that I do have. If I just like went and betrayed him,
then I'd really have nobody.
It's interesting how she seems to still be in love with Sandoval, yet she makes the choice to come clean and betray the one person that has her back. It's almost like she can't be loyal to anybody.
Or she wants the fame and to gain public favor so bad that she's willing to throw him under the bus.
It's crazy too, because she probably never mentioned to Sandoval what she said in this interview, and she continues to talk to him after this and just waits for him to see it when it airs.
She is so good at this sneaky stuff.
You rip the Band-Aid off. Like, what's one more detail?
This is the one story that we've agreed on getting straight. I know that the reason why Tom wanted to lie about it.
There she goes, blaming Tom. You agreed as well.
It's a really bad look to hook up with someone's boyfriend in their own house.
I wanted to mention that see how she gets emotional when she talks about this? So she's definitely capable of doing it. It's the same type of emotion she had when she spoke of her pageants, because she knows how bad this one is.
When they've gone out of town, especially for a funeral of all things.
4 days later, Sandoval escorted Raquel to the airport after helping her pack a huge bag at her house, and she was also seen leaving his house again while Ariana's out of town. Many believe with these large suitcases that Sandoval was escorting Raquel to the airport so that she could head to the mental facility she was staying at, but we don't know that for sure. The only substantial evidence we have is that on April 14th, Raquel released her statement to ET saying that she was checking into a facility. She said she released a public statement because her castmates were talking about it, but she didn't have to say anything. Sandoval didn't say anything until after she released her statement.
Like, she's in a mental health facility. Okay. I went to a resort.
Tom Sandoval, out in Van Nuys.
I'm gonna just tell you, Raquel is in a mental facility.
Okay.
No visitors.
I can believe that.
My anxiety went through the roof. He walks under this ladder. Oh my, he's just walking through. The paparazzi goes, "You're like a celebrity now."
Like, you guys are now celebrities. Before, you know.
He scoffed. I've been a celebrity this whole time.
You don't even scoff when somebody says that. Take care. All right, see you.
Scandoval knew of Raquel's whereabouts up to April 25th, so we know they must have been having contact. And on May 18th, Brock revealed on Jackson Brittany's podcast that Raquel had been sending mail to Tom and Ariana's house. Ariana would go on to say the same thing on Watch What Happens Live and even describe the postcard to us. But we had no evidence until the sneak peek of season 11, where they actually showed the postcard. So I guess Ariana was telling the truth. And it sounds like more lies that Raquel was not allowed to talk to anybody, because on May 28th, Tom Sandoval was seen on a flight on the phone with Raquel. So I guess she got her privileges back a month later. Or maybe Tom Sandoval was lying. We were told in July that Raquel had checked out of the facility and that she hadn't spoken to Sandoval in months. It was said she hadn't spoken to him since June. But we know they spoke in April, we know they spoke in May, and now we're told that they spoke in June. So sounds like all 3 months they were talking.
Why am I
Raquel was quiet for a bit after she got out of the facility until August 17th when she promoted her podcast with Bethany. She also changed her profile name to Rachel, but the handle still remained the same. And she deleted all the pictures with their former castmates, but I was able to find some. She changed her bio to becoming a better person one day at a time. While scrubbing her page of all the memories of her castmates, people on the subreddit noticed that her profile picture was from Sheena's wedding, and they said she should change this too. They were suspicious that she was keeping up with the subreddit, and within 24 hours of the comment, the profile picture was changed. This Reddit was all about Raquel, and they really thought that she was reading it. You can see commenters mentioning that the profile picture was changed right after the comment, and they couldn't find it again, but I was able to find it. And of course, this confirms that Raquel indeed was keeping up with the subreddit. And perhaps the most notable thing she did during her comeback/rebrand is she deleted her apology to Ariana. So this is what her new profile was looking like. These changes happened in August after she posted about her Bethany Frankel podcast, which there isn't even time to talk about right now.
Men that.
And then on September 9th, she posted this suspicious video at a flower garden. People didn't really understand where she was or what she was talking about, but I believe it to be a birthday post, and I believe it was with her family because she talks about her mom throwing flower garden parties for her whole life.
What's your ideal costume you want to pull off?
I grew up with fairy garden parties. My mom always threw fairy garden costume parties for me.
So I think that's my ideal costume. Right around the time that my Aunt Laura was trying to conceive, Susan was generous enough to...
Here she is as a kid, as a fairy. I think of Flower Garden situation again. So I think that's what was happening here. Her birthday is September 12th and it was September 9th, so I think it was a birthday post. And she uses this moment in her comments to advertise a new podcast she's starting.
Of course. So tomorrow I'm hosting a picnic. It'll be like a thank you to you guys. It's gonna be like a fancy floral theme. So wear your best floral. What I am drawing inspiration from. I have a vision board and how it's all going to be arranged. It's an excuse to be a girly girl. What do you think?
I love being a girly girl.
Yesterday, was James seemed to be like having fun, like not annoyed with us?
No, he didn't seem annoyed at all.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Raquel.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh, it's so cute.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You guys literally made my vision come to life.
Hello, ladies.
How do I get through here?
So cute.
Feel like a cupcake.
Oh gosh, super florally. You definitely did not tell me.
I thought I sent you the little mood board.
It was gonna be so chic.
And the fancy floral theme.
I would not have worn a baby girl tank top. Do I look like a bitch that has puffy sleeves?
Maybe I should have been clearer with my mood board. I don't know what's clearer than sending a bunch of pictures dressed like this.
I understood the assignment. Gloves, I love being a girl. Cheers. Cheers. Ladies who lunch.
Then September 12th passed, which was Raquel's birthday, and she made a post thanking everyone for birthday wishes. As you can see, her handle is still Raquel, even though she changed the bio name to Rachel. And so she finally made the change, and both her username and her handle said Rachel. She received a birthday wish from Tom Sandoval in which he called her his friend, and I don't think she was too happy about that because she proceeded to publicly block him and show everybody proof that she blocked him. When she came back to social media in the beginning, she only unfollowed him, and now she finally blocked him. She had unfollowed all her previous castmates as well, and the only two people that she kept on her profile was Stassi and Billy. I don't find it very genuine that she decided to block him at this point. I think she just got upset and finally realized she was fed up with him, or maybe wanted the fans to see what she was doing, because why would she post that she did this? She could have just silently blocked him. We all would have noticed it. She changed her bio to Healing Era, and as you can see, both the names on her profile were now changed to Rachel. I guess a part of her healing was deleting her apology to Ariana, and then she did perhaps the most strange thing. On October 10th, Mental Health Awareness Day, she posted this post.
I am currently in the process of letting go of the things that no longer serve me anymore. And as I'm cleaning out my closet, I have found a few items that are a little bit triggering, and I just don't want to see them. I don't want to have them in my possession. I will never wear them again. So in honor of World Mental Health Day today, I'm creating a fundraiser. All of the proceeds will go to NAMI, which is the National Alliance of Mental Illness. And it's all about like creating a better mindset, changing your environment so that you can set yourself up for success. Yeah, I'm about that right now. One listing will be the Tom hoodies, and then the other listing will be the lightning bolt necklace that you all saw me purchase on camera. Cringe. Cringe. And hopefully there is some good that can come out of this. Let's start the bidding. Yeah, I'm about that right now. I am posting the links to the Tom hoodies here. And then on the next slide, I will post the link to the lightning bolt necklace. And all of the money will be donated to NAMI.
Of course, she couldn't just sell the hoodies quietly and donate the money to NAMI. She had to do it publicly, but what did we expect? And you guessed it, she changed her bio again. This time it said NAMI. I love that she's donating. I love that she has a cause, and nobody's going to talk smack about that. Am I right? So maybe that's kind of why she's doing it. But anyway, I just wanted to see some sincerity in her behavior, and I don't think this was the way to do it. And so the price of the hoodies kept going up on the basis that one of them was the one that she wore on day 3 of BravoCon. She wrote this in the description description. She mentions on the listing that it is in the same style of the one that she gave to Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live, and here's where the lie comes in. This sweater appears to be the one she wore, right? Here's the post she made during BravoCon when she was getting all the attention, and Katie got upset and they had a little argument on Instagram, and Raquel was loving it. People felt that Katie was being unnecessarily mean to Raquel, and Raquel's response was, "I admit I am a fan of the Toms." Cringe. If you look at her hashtag, she says hashtag #1 TomTom stan. And this was during the time that she was having the affair, by the way, but she was totally posting these things to get under Katie's skin because it was during the time that people thought she was hooking up with Schwartz. It's crazy to see just how much Raquel was loving the attention. What I'm trying to say is that this hoodie was infamous and it started a lot of drama. And here's where the lie comes in.
Has any guilt when it comes to her part in the Tom and Katie saga?
Just also being single, I'm seeing people with a new rose-colored lens. So don't shoot the messenger.
Watching this interview again, I'm seeing it with a different rose-colored lens, if you will, and I'm beginning to see that I think Scheana knows more than she's letting on. More on that later.
You know?
Any regrets about saying to Katie's face you wanted to make out with Schwartz but not have sex with him, so it wasn't a big deal? Why did you post a photo of you and Schwartz together in front of Schwartz and Sandy's?
So it was golden hour, and like all pure vanity.
What's your reaction to Katie set by Scheana's conversation with Schwartz on her podcast, calling Scheana a troll?
Oh, well, like I said, I think Katie was projecting.
Do you think you're guilty of trolling Katie, posting things she'll inevitably feel hurt by, like you wearing TomTom swag?
No, because I'm just trying to live my life. I'm sorry if that offends people. It's not going to stop me from doing what I want to do.
It's not going to stop me from doing what I want to do.
TomTom swag? Yeah. Well.
So the first time I saw this, I thought that Scheana had no idea Raquel was going to give Andy something. She says TomTom swag in a questionable way. But now that I'm rewatching this, I think Scheana is literally reminding Raquel to give Andy the infamous TomTom hoodie. It's almost like Raquel did not want to give him the sweater and she kind of forgot, and Scheana made it a point that they were going to get rid of this evidence once and for all. So she says TomTom swag, and Raquel's not that intent about handing it over, but she does.
TomTom swag? Yeah. Well.
Why would Scheana care if Raquel gets rid of this hoodie? Why does she want her to give it to Andy? Maybe she knows something?
I brought something for you, actually.
Oh, okay, what?
You could be a fangirl, too.
Ooh. Oh, you brought me TomTom swag?
Yeah.
Do you have ownership of TomTom swag?
No,
wow,
but...
I love this. This is amazing.
It's a TomTom hoodie, and Andy begins to question the size of it because it clearly wasn't bought for him.
I mean, with all due, it's like a triple XL.
Well, we like things oversized.
It's like a boy.
When I first saw this, I thought Raquel was gonna say something, but Scheana interrupted her conveniently. But now I think Sheena's saving her from saying something.
Well, we like things oversized.
It's like a boyfriend sweatshirt.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now you can be day 3.
Wow, I love it. Thank you.
So Scheana interrupted Raquel, and Sheena's the one that says it's the BravoCon sweater.
Now you can be day 3.
Wow, I love it. Thank you.
That's the exact sweatshirt that I wore to day 3 of BravoCon. That's the exact sweatshirt that I wore to day 3 of BravoCon that caused a lot of controversy.
Excellent. Well,
She clearly told Andy that this was the exact sweater she wore on day 3 of BravoCon, and that's the reason why she was giving it to him. Then the inconsistency appeared when she made the listing and tried to sell the exact BravoCon hoodie from day 3 again. So she went on to say that the listing was the exact sweater and that she gave Andy a sweater in the same style, but that's not what she said on Watch What Happens Live. So when is she lying, and what sweater did she sell, and what sweater did she give to Andy?
Now you can be day 3.
Wow,
Day 3.
Wow, I love it. Thank you.
That's the exact sweatshirt that I wore day 3 of BravoCon that caused a lot of controversy.
Excellent. Well, I'm happy to have it. Thank you. That's kind of you. All right, thank you very much.
The necklace sold for a little over $5,000, and the 2 hoodies sold for $9,500 because one of the hoodies was the one from BravoCon, or so people thought. Now, the plot thickens. During the reunion, Ariana mentioned that the TomTom hoodie that Raquel gave Andy was not real merch. She said that only 3 of them were made, and Tom Scandoval did not allow the design to be sold. Raquel said on 2 different occasions, whenever it was most convenient to her, that both sweaters were the sweater she wore on day 3 of BravoCon. Supposedly, Tom wore it on Halloween when he dressed up as BravoCon Raquel, and this looks like it could be an extra large. Whenever it gave her the most attention, it was the BravoCon sweater. So she definitely lied. They both can't be the sweater, but the question is, when did she lie? Either she lied to Andy when she said it was the exact sweater she wore on day 3 of BravoCon and gave him a random sweater for him to take to the clubhouse, Or she lied to the people that bought the sweater for thousands of dollars that was then donated to Nani. Is it bad to lie for charity? I mean, the sweater did sell for thousands of dollars just because people thought it was the exact one she wore. But the thing is, she had already given this one to Andy. So which one is it? And as I'm watching all this back, I'm thinking that Scheana didn't know about the sweater because Raquel says on the listing that she boldly gave this sweater to Andy, and she's very quick to blame everybody she can for everything. So I think if Scheana had made her give the sweater to him when she said Tom swag, she would definitely be blaming her for that. So I think it was Raquel's idea to give the sweater to Andy, and she gave Scheana the heads up before, telling Scheana that this was the exact sweater from BravoCon, and Scheana thought it would be a fun idea. The thing is, if it wasn't the sweater from BravoCon, then that means that Raquel gave Andy a random sweater to memorialize in the clubhouse to always remember her drama with Katie. Whether she wants to say now that it was the same style sweater, she definitely told Andy it was the exact sweater. That's what made it valuable. And she definitely said in the listing it was the exact sweater, which made it valuable. So she lied. And on October 18th, Bethany Frankel posted Raquel's first public outing. It was from the night before at the Bel Air Hotel, and yep, there's Raquel Leviss with the star-studded group having a dinner. Bethany captioned it, "Just because. Thank you ladies for a beautiful night, still cleaning up all the spilt tea." You can see that Nini's there, and I think Larsa's there too, but I'm not sure. She's a little difficult to recognize in pictures, so let me know if it is her. But yeah, a lot of Bravo celebrities here, might be Reckoning related. Now let's end this with some honorable mentions that are still on Raquel's profile. We have her Halloween in Chicago instead of with Tom Sandoval this year when people thought she hooked up with David Portnoy. We have her brats look at the premiere party. Yes, the premiere party for season 10.
You guys literally made my vision come to life.
She kept this post up from the season 10 premiere party, even though it's super long and cringy. Let's read. Season 10 of Vanderpump Rules has officially begun, and I'm looking forward to sharing with everyone my journey, finding myself, my voice, my confidence, and finally being comfortable standing in my power. What you guys have seen and read in the trailer is a teeny tiny snippet of what went down. There's so much more behind all of those big moments I hope gets shown in a true light. Boy, did it get shown in a true light. I hope that's really what she wanted. I'm excited to have a platform to share my growth, and I appreciate all the support so far. It's been an emotional roller coaster for sure, but that's the beauty of life. If you haven't seen the first episode, you can stream it on Peacock. Let's go, season 10. And yes, she posted it on February 9th, 2023, so she was fully in the affair when she wrote all of this. Scheana even commented, "I love you, so proud of you." Ugh, I cannot believe she hasn't taken this down. She captioned this straight cheesing on January 24th while she's fully in the affair. This is a post from Life is Beautiful, which is a festival that they admitted to hooking up at, and Raquel has this up with the caption, "It's giving Harley Quinn fell in love with the Joker, scratched out the Joker and put poison ivy, put these heart hands and a lightning bolt." And this is probably the weirdest one / hardest to explain. This is from November 15th during the affair, and the emojis are really interesting on this picture. She didn't know what to caption the picture, so she used 3 emojis to explain her feelings. The first one appears to be lightning bolt related, so we can say Tom. The second one is a crystal ball, maybe future. And the last one is a symbol of a girl. Tom's future girlfriend is what it looks like she captioned this, and that is very strange if this is what she was doing. The subliminals are wild. But in order for us to formally draw this conclusion, we first have to take a look at the emojis she constantly uses. Perhaps these are emojis she uses all the time, so I dug through her profile to double check. Here she is in May 2022, and we don't know if the affair is happening, but she uses this star emoji, and she loves to use hearts and bows as well. This is a constant. People definitely do not believe it was happening in February 2022, and see, here's that little star again. And here's where it gets interesting. In March 2019, she definitely was not with Scandoval. She was with James, and she's using the lightning bolt emoji. And in July of 2019, she captions a picture, "Be right back, too busy being extra," with a cloud and a lightning bolt. So one can read into this and think that extra means Tom Sandoval, but it was in 2019, and she's also using this cloud and lightning bolt, so maybe she just really likes these emojis. So maybe she does like to use lightning bolts, but one thing's for sure, she never used that girl emoji or the crystal ball from that post. So I think those subliminal messages are pretty accurate. Perhaps the lightning bolt emoji did not initially mean Tom Sandoval, but it took that meaning when she bought the lightning bolt necklace, and that's why she uses it in her Life is Beautiful post, and she uses it again in her Tom's future girlfriend post. That's what I believe. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, but she was definitely using some curious emojis during this whole Scandoval. She was feeding into it, and she was definitely loving the attention. Maybe the subliminal message messages were only meant for Tom Sandoval because he was the only one that knew what the lightning bolt meant at the time, but they're still up for all of us to analyze. By the way, people in the comments of this picture were saying that her hip looks displaced, or it looks like she's letting out a fart in this position, so I thought that was kind of funny. So let me know what you think about these emoji choices. By the way, here's an old post where she spelled Santa Barbara wrong, and here's another where she spells lose wrong. And let's end this video with the weirdest post and the most recent one I saw. She posted Rachel Goes Rogue, an advertisement for her new podcast. It starts in January, the same month that season 11 of Vanderpump Rules starts, so they'll be running simultaneously. I wonder what she's going to be talking about. She's never been really big about public speaking and never mentioned wanting a podcast, so it's kind of weird that she's trying to get away from this world, yet she's making a podcast all about it. Looks like she deleted what she wanted to, and she's enjoying the parts of the fame that she wants to as well. And yes, you guessed it, she changed her bio one last time. It says Redemption Era, and it shows how much money she's donated for NAMI. Let me know what you guys think about all this, and thank you for watching.
You don't know what's going on between us.
I don't regret our relationship.
One underestimates me, but then they turn their back, and I'm like, everyone underestimates me, but